Hi, readers. My name is Dawn Houston. I'm the coordinator for Booktrib's book club program. I'm here today with author Wendy Eckel to talk about her novel, Killer in a Winter Wonderland, which sounds right up my alley, a festive thriller. How can we go wrong? Speaking of thrills, we are absolutely thrilled that Killer in a Winter Wonderland is one of the selections available in Booktrib's book club program for February. Thanks for taking a few minutes out of your time to talk to us, Wendy.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
We are going to dive right into the questions because I know we only have about 5 minutes and I want to give you all the time. So no spoilers, but what can you share about the book that we wouldn't find on the jacket cover?
I think that this is the fourth in this mystery series. And I think one thing that you don't know is that you don't have to read the first three to be able to read this one and enjoy it. It's the same characters. It is a series, but it's a standalone as well. I mean, you can read this without reading the first three, and I think it will make you want to read the first three, but it's not necessary. I mean, I did a book club Zoom with a book club in New Hampshire last week, and one of the women there, she was new to the book club and hadn't read the first three, and she said, I got to tell you, I never got bogged down once. I didn't have to stop and think. I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything. She said it just went, I mean, she just read it and had no problem, even though she hadn't read the first three. But then she said she wanted to read the first three. So I think, so if you haven't read the first three, I think you can read this, go back and read the first three. I don't give anything away. It's, but you can read it without the first three.
You did your job properly then, because I've heard more and more in series situations, you have to write them almost as standalones because bookstores don't have the shelf space for, like, you know, if you've got 30 books or whatever. And sometimes people just want to dive into the new book. So that's clever. And that's good. I didn't even know that. That's great. Thank you. So because it is a series, but this reads more like a standalone, why do you think this would make such a great book club book?
I think because there's something in there for everyone. I read Dickens' A Christmas Carol before I wrote this because I was writing a holiday themed book. And I love that book. I love his writing, and I don't pretend to write as well as he does, but I really focused on the craft of writing. Like, I really was trying to choose my words well, and I was very inspired by that story and his writing. So there's some fun writing. And there's a mystery that a lot of twists and turns. So if you like mysteries, I think it keeps you guessing. There's some tension, but it is a cozy mystery, and there are rules for cozy mysteries. And one of them is there's only one murder. It happens off scene. You don't see the body, anything like that. And there's no foul language. There's all the sex is off scene. So, but it's still, I have some tension and some excitement. And I think it's a great mystery, some twists and turns. Also, let's see, there's the food in there. I mean, my protagonist, Rosalie Hart, owns a cafe. And so it's the holidays, and so there are menus and food and wine and all kinds of great things. I had a woman tell me she was reading it and she got too hungry and she had to stop and go eat. So so there's that. I think that's really fun. And I love character development. I'm very focused on characters. And I believe food has a narrative. So when I write about the food, I include that narrative. And I believe everyone has their own story and their own narrative. And so my protagonist is obviously very nosy. And so she spends a lot of time asking people what their story is. And so you get a background about a lot of these people. And I think it gives these characters a lot of depth. So yeah. So there's that. So whatever you love about reading, if you love just the writing, if you love the plot, if you love characters, if you love food, I think it's all there.
Okay, I did not prep you for this question, but I have to ask just because you brought up food so much. If I were to host a book club with your book, what's one item I should have on the menu for my guests to
because it's December, she comes up with this latte, and it's a mocha latte with shaved white chocolate and crushed candy canes on top.
Yum.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I've made one. It's really good. Really good.
Do you make all the food that you cover?
Pretty much, yes, absolutely. Because you have to get it right.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And are there recipes in the back as well?
All in the first book, there were recipes in the back, but now they're all on my website.
Okay, great. Oh, readers will know how to get to your website. That's fabulous. Thank you. Sorry, I took you a little bit off track there.
No, that's okay.
You had me at food for sure.
Oh, I know.
Okay, so we're going to veer off your book because we're all still building our 2024 best books list, or books we want to read. What should be on our TBR? What's the best book that you read in the last year and why?
Oh, I would say Lessons in Chemistry. I loved that book. It reminded me so much of my mom's story. She was the first woman to graduate from Northwestern University with a degree in geology, and she was thwarted and sabotaged the whole way, but she did it. And then my dad moved her to a small town in Ohio, and she was a stay-at-home mom. She white-knuckled the whole thing. She just wanted to be in academia. And so as soon as we got a second car, she went off and got her master's degree, and then she taught geology at Kent State. But her story of, getting thwarted and, and she read constantly when she was off for her summers. She would take us to the library and get a stack of one mystery writer, bring it home and read the whole series in 1 week.
Oh.
When she was close to the end, don't interrupt mom, we knew the rules. Yeah. And so she was also my inspiration to write a mystery series. So, but I loved that book. The writing is fantastic. The story is so believable. I couldn't put it down.
I would agree with that completely. I actually listened to it on audiobook because I was doing so much driving, and the audiobook was good. Did you watch the TV show, the series?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I'm really excited.
Yeah, anyway, no spoilers, but I thought it was quite well done. So that's
great. I want to have time to binge it,
Yeah. I think that book I've talked to a lot of authors in the last 12 months, and I would say that's the most popular one that people tell me was the best book they read. So
it should be.
We have good taste. Well, I've really enjoyed talking to you. I do have to wrap it up, but I want to thank you for your time and wish you best of luck with this release.
Thank you so much.
For more information about Wendy's book and series, please check out the book club page on the booktrib.com website. Thank you.